Warning! The following show may contain strong language, as well as other content that may not be suitable for a younger audience. The show may also contain spoilers for any and all anime and manga, so please ensure you check the description below for the relevant spoiler warnings. Thanks for watching, Olga.
Forsaken destiny does a podcast with his family.
Do 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 do.
He's still going. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the National Dad Podcast. My name is Mike Rubin, here on the beautiful island of North Tennessee, Texas, Idaho. I am
Mike Rubin! Woohoo!
Yes, this is Mark Rubin. I'm joined by local Mike Castro, my uncle's son.
Hello, I am local Mike Castro, here to bring some dictatorship to your Cuban asses.
We're in America, but that's close enough. We're also joined by my brother Mike Tubin.
Oh, hello, I am Mike Tubin.
That's Mike Tubin. I'm Mark Rubin. This is local Mike Castro for the National Dad Podcast. We've been going for a while now. This is episode 101. Can you believe we made it to 101, guys?
We did not get cancelled. I'm shocked, surprised, but it's because of our awesomeness.
We would like to thank our employers at CBSC News for all your support.
Thank you, guys.
And patriotism in general.
God bless Kazakhstan. This is the Manga Raiders Happy Hour. The Manga Raiders Happy Hour. Episode...
Oh, Kazakhstan.
Best country in the world. This is... Oh God, this is episode...
When Interpol comes to me, I would definitely know who to point the finger to. It is
what?
All your fault.
Yeah, go back to the Soviet Union on episode 101. I am the Manimal, and you heard them. It's Lego and Coryn.
Yay!
I think there was a Y in there. Why not?
It got removed. Sometimes Y. Y's not always there. Sometimes, right?
I mean, it's always almost there.
You know, I've got an honest question. How are we expecting to pull off an episode without a single British man to fuck things up and make it interesting?
Oh, destroyed. You're destroying Smelly Man with bad teeth. Oops.
How can we possibly make a good episode without at least one British, Scottish...
Well, I'll tell you how it's going to play out. First of all, most of our historical relics will remain intact.
Okay.
There's that.
And most of our lands will remain in our possession.
Aha!
And we won't have any snooty British people talking about how just because they planted a flag there that they now own it.
So no slavery, right?
No slavery.
Just get that face off of my $20 bill. You freaking... Oh my God. Okay, this is beautiful. Lego, you're close enough, though. You're closer than us, so you can get there.
You're within striking range.
I sort of got converted, so I'm not sure I count anymore.
Oh, that's unfortunate. So, we're doing this episode, it's just us, and freaking we're on the other side of 100, which is now what? Are we striving for episode 200 now?
It has to be 200, right? Because once you get to 100 episodes, you kind of just have to go in increments of 100.
You people are optimistic. Are you definitely sure that we'll reach episode 200 without any one of us being arrested, being assassinated by...
I don't know about any of us being arrested.
Or something, or...
I mean, some people on this podcast, specifically one of the people who are here in this chat room right now, more likely to be arrested than the rest of us.
Shit, they're
But
on
I
to me!
think
It's alright,
as
it's
a-
alright.
as a
be
whole,
warned about it
as an
for it.
aggregate, I think we are more likely to make it to episode 200 than not.
We'll find out, because this is episode 101. It's like we're restarting. It's like the pilot episode again on the National Dad Podcast, right?
Wait. What do you know from the tropes of season 2s of animes that go on forever?
Well, technically this is
what
season
happened
3.
episode?
I would count this as season 3 because, like, episode 50, like, that was the end of the first season, right?
We had 2 seasons that were 12 episodes long, and this is our 3rd season, and it's getting a 24-episode run.
Wait, you guys are both sure this is season 3? Explain. How?
Definitely. Okay, so look. So episodes 1 through 50 were kind of, shall we say, haphazard.
Yes.
And then in the next season, episodes 51 through 100, we found our voice. And now we're on season 3. We got a little bit more trust going, and now we're going to have a longer 24-episode season.
Yeah, we've been granted the longer season this time, you know. It's like how it goes. So, what are we going to do in this episode? Haha, as if we know. We're going to figure it out, because that's what we do. So how about one of you tell me about your weeks, the last 7 days, the last range of dates since both of you pretty much ended last recording barfing.
Let's start with that. Lego, you were introduced first, so how about you start by telling
literally
us
both
how
ended.
your week has been.
You both dropped out of the call as soon as you barfed.
The problem is he's telling the truth. Coryn, you know, when you fucked off to go buff, I was like, you know what, Coryn is a weakling. I'll continue. It did not end well. The worst thing is that what's her name? What's the name of our resident awesome witch lady?
Malua.
You've already forgotten her name.
No,
Disrespectful.
how you feel.
I don't believe you.
She suddenly started speaking in several languages. That woman apparently knows more than one language. And then, you know, my brain suddenly just farted on itself. It just went...
Well, Lego, technically you know 3 languages, so...
Technically. But
I mean, we're sure she wasn't speaking in tongues. Witches are known to do that.
Yeah, it might have been a thing. I think she definitely pulled something off. But you know what? When she started speaking German with a German accent, and then my brain just said, "Hey, I'm not ready for German at this time." And I thought that I was really going to be steady and ready, but nope.
If you're not ready for German, then how are you living in Germany and surviving?
Well, normally Germans are just, you know.
See, as it turns out, most people in Europe also speak English pretty darn well.
Exactly.
Yeah, I guess so.
I think she even spoke French. Oh my god. Coryn, when you fucked off,
Je m'appelle...
before I fucked off, I was so wasted. I just said...
So, I'm pretty sure the call was over by this point. Well, the call wasn't over, the episode was over.
Yeah.
It was Lego, Malua, and we were talking, and I said, I need to go. Or maybe I just hung up. I don't remember exactly.
No, you left the room for a few minutes, you came back...
Oh wait, he told us he loved us.
See, I did. All right, okay. I'm trying to remember.
No, then you looked to the screen in distress and turned it off. You just left.
What happened? I remember now. I got up. I made grilled cheese sandwiches.
Yes.
I came back. I ate 1.5 sandwiches, and then I got real iffy looking. And then I hung up, and then I puked. Then I finished my half of my sandwich.
Yes.
Then I went about getting ready for bed. And then I got in bed, and I did the old college thing I would always do when I got drunk, is I pulled my little trash can up to me, kind of fall asleep over that.
Oh, no.
About an hour later, wake up, I puke into it, put it down, and I'm fine.
And then how many hours of sleep did you get?
Not enough.
Yeah.
That was a very hard
You
day.
had work. That was Sunday, man. Did you
Yeah.
even survive that day?
Now I have a glass of whiskey in front of me, so it's going to be a great Tuesday.
That is going to be interesting. You know, I have a glass of 7 Oaks. Oh, sorry. Are you drinking from a glass or from a bottle?
I have a whiskey glass.
Ah,
That's it.
you
So I'm
cultured
drinking.
motherfucker. I am
It
drinking
was
from
like
a bottle.
$5 to get a little whiskey glass. It's not that big of a deal.
How do you, specify it as a whiskey glass as opposed to a normal glass?
Just the style of glass, the little short glasses like this.
Oh, that's right. There was something like that. Yeah.
It's specifically called a whiskey glass.
Ah, that's logical.
Lego, however, is drinking straight from the bottle because he's an alcoholic.
Buffalo!
I
Buffalo!
might be challenged. No. Fuck
Oh,
that.
he's having troubles.
That's my favorite game now is Buffalo.
Manimal, you almost buffaloed me. Are you serious? Are you serious you'd buffalo a brother? Seriously?
Stupid game.
I'm not doing that. No! For God's sake, don't buffalo me, please!
So stupid.
That's why you use a glass and you don't drink straight from a bottle. Jesus. Of course, this is also cinnamon whiskey, so I gotta keep it in the freezer because it tastes better that way. Cinnamon whiskey. You can probably find it. It's Jack Daniels. Pretty common.
By the way, this has been my ammunition for the whole of today.
You drink a bottle of Riesling during the day? Really? Lego, it's a dessert wine.
Lego, I think we have to have a talk. Sit down. I'm concerned.
You non-alcoholics. A Riesling is a very sweet wine that you're supposed to drink after dinner and not throughout the entire day.
The first step is to admit it. It's all right. Just
okay, I admit I like Negomimi. Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
We weren't asking you about that. You just keep bringing it back around. We're starting to think you have a problem.
Fine, I have a problem. I do not know how to kidnap Negomimi without the FBI check.
Okay.
All right. First of all, you're going to have to find a universe in which they're real.
Wait. I did tell you on the Facebook chat, but I'm willing to reveal it on the episode. I did see a real-life, honest-to-God Negomimi, and she was kawaii as fuck.
Yeah, they're called furries. I've seen some in stores as well, and they have
Unless the ears are attached, it doesn't count.
That's also true. I'm sorry.
Like this isn't a mall Santa kind of thing, right?
Are you happy? Are you happy at destroying my dreams? Does it please you?
I take a certain amount of satisfaction in bringing you back to Earth.
Okay.
I'm just saying, it's like, you go to the mall when you're a kid and Santa Claus is there, and you're like, it's Santa Claus. But your parents are like, it's not really Santa Claus, son. And you're like, it's Santa Claus. I'm gonna sit on his lap.
That is not what my parents said. They were like, yeah, I did things. I showed him a page from the Sears catalog. Okay, I brought it there, and I was like, he has to know exactly what I want. This is when I was 5 at this time.
I remember when I was a kid, I would cut out photos from magazines and post them onto my list.
Oh, yeah.
Nowadays, I just send Amazon links because it's so much simpler.
Yeah, there's also that. I used to draw like elaborate like lists for my aunt and like draw pictures of all the things I wanted with great descriptions.
See, I remember back in the day, I don't know if they still do it now, but Toys R Us would have a special Christmas catalog. And it would come with a book of stickers. There was like red, green, blue, little dots.
Oh, they did this at Target.
You could put a sticker on the toys you wanted. And my brother and I would share a magazine, so he'd have like blue and I'd have red, and we'd sticker all the toys we wanted out of the magazine.
Yeah, they did this at Target, the only Christmas it was around, or no, I guess the second Christmas, where they had the catalog, and there was like, I want this the most. I want this the second most.
Oh, yeah.
I still have
I would order my list in like, I would number them like, this is the most important, this is the second most important, this is the third most important.
I love the kid brain, because I used to be so elaborate. I'd write, I want a PSP with Darth Vader case, including Star Wars Battlefront for the PSP. Just these super elaborate lists.
You get super specific, because I know, like, I always knew I would never get like the number one thing, so I would like start putting like my number one thing is my number 3 thing.
Ah, so it's like a little bit of a trick.
Yeah, I mean that's what my child brain thought. Ultimately, this was expensive, so you're not getting it, kind of deal.
Well, if you put it
not that my parents were, uncaring about that, but we were a family of means.
Yes, naturally.
Fewer means, I should say.
The means might not be your giant rescue heroes base.
No.
Nah.
I could not get the full-size Power Ranger Zord, what came into all the individual Zords.
How much was that? Like 200?
Sounds fucking expensive.
But like it was still a pretty expensive toy.
Well, kid, surely you guys had like the friend who had like all the like really cool shit, like really like the big shit that you were like, oh.
I think we all did.
Yeah, it's pretty much everybody.
Like I still remember,
now that you can afford it, do you buy that stuff for yourself, or
Go to the thrift store and find one.
I don't
for
go
like
buy
$2.
Power Rangers toys, no. I did buy a Lego kit the other day. Well, I guess it's not Lego, it's a Mega Block kit.
We got a Mega Block Maestro on this episode.
I got a
come on.
Mega Block kit because they had the
You know it's a Lego
dropship
kit.
from Destiny, which is
Lego
a very nice design little thing. It's very detailed. I'm very impressed with Mega Blocks.
Did you say that was Destiny?
with Lego
Yeah,
blocks.
Destiny the video game, I should say.
Oh yeah, how they take rated M games and make kids toys for them.
Yeah, but they had the sort of first ship you get in the game, like very high detailed.
Yeah.
It was on sale for like $15, and like 30.
Did you make sure to get some of the Call of Duty sets?
No, I don't really give a shit about Call of Duty. But it, it's like really nice. It comes with a little stand even. So like, it's very it was worth the money. It's on my shelf. It looks good.
Yeah, right on. That's fancy. Well, did you do anything? Well, I guess Lego. You didn't have much to share about your week. So you have anything else exciting to say, Corn?
I got my TV replaced. I don't know if I mentioned that last week, but I finally got a new surge protector with it.
You mentioned it got broken last week.
Yeah, it just stopped working, I should say. Less than it got broken.
Yes.
So, I got that replaced, and I got a new surge protector because I think that's what happened, is the surge protector I had on there failed, and it didn't give me the light. Of course, it's also like 10 years old, so I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't reading correctly.
Oh, it's a big old tube TV? Big old rectangle unit?
It is a Sony Bravia F55XBE 800E. I think it's very nice.
I got
HDR,
a
4K kind of thing.
I
tried to
800E.
future-proof it a little bit, because I don't want to get like the lower-end TV and then it suddenly is just replaced. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
So I got something decent, so I don't have to. So I can replace it in 10 years and it'll be good the whole time.
I had a tube TV that I played games on forever. Like I was playing Halo on that, and it looked like shit, but I didn't care. And then when I actually got like just a normal small TV that was pretty cheap, I was like, wait, this is what games are supposed to look like?
I remember I had
a tube TV?
I had a little tube TV, a little 12-inch TV I had since I was a kid.
Yeah.
And I had that up through college until Halo Reach came out, which was like 2011. And I played Halo Reach on that. And then I remember I got, at the time it was $250, but a tiny little 17-inch flat screen TV.
Yeah.
And by flat, I mean it's still 3 inches thick.
Of course.
But like, it was good at the time. And I'm like, oh my god, it's an entirely different aspect ratio.
Well,
I don't
actually,
understand.
With Halo Reach, you see more on the screen, I'm pretty sure. Like
You
there'd
do.
Be,
Like,
there'd be more
it
to like
becomes
the guns and
entirely.
stuff.
You see more, but also like
Yeah.
I had to change my look speed entirely on all my games
Yeah, that's right.
because I had more to cover.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's like when when I was a cool kid back in 2012, I had to get those Turtle Beach headsets, because that's what the cool kids do. And the first time I used that, I was like, listen to all this sound I've never heard. It was kind of like that, like,
I do need to get a good headset though, because I have I got my PS4, and the PS4s come with this little. It looks like half a set of earbuds. It only has one earbud.
Yeah, the one ear. Yeah,
and it has the tiny little mic stuck on the cord.
Yeah.
And it's complete shit. And I need something better to actually play with people online.
I still have one of my friends.
Headset.
One of my friends gave me a 360 headset. I still have it, and I don't need it because I don't do that anymore. But,
I love my 360 headset. It's actually a really good headset.
Well, okay, actually, I'll rephrase. This is a single ear clip-on, and it's not very good at all.
Those, because I have the original. It's wired. It goes over the head like an old pair of headphones, and it's got a little thing that loops around your mouth like the 90s thing. But those are very nice. They're very clear, actually.
They are.
I played with my brother who has the same little shitty PS4 out of the box headset, and the whole time it's like.
Pretty much.
What are you talking about? I can't hear.
Your mom. Basically, yeah. But it was fun times actually to play Halo and stuff online. There is one of the dumbest moments of my life. It was a normal night, right? I was playing with my friends. Okay, so I played with my two friends, and we in 2012 there was Repopulate Halo 3 Day, which was like a small movement where like a bunch of people just went back
That
to
sounds
play
awesome.
matchmaking.
That sounds
It was,
awesome.
yeah.
It just
And that's
reminds
when,
me
with two of my friends, we formed a group called Two White Guys and a Jap. Even though, to be more accurate, it was one
Was there a
white
Jap?
guy. Yeah, but only half. So to be more accurate, it was one white guy and two half native, half Asians. But, you know, we weren't going to get specific or anything like that. And one time we were playing Halo, and instead of EMP Blast, one of my friends said AMP Blast, which is a grocery store that used to be here. And I laughed for like 30 minutes.
AMP was the grocery store, or was it called AMP Blast?
What
No.
did AMP mean?
AMP, he said AMP
What
instead.
does-
No, he said AMP instead of EMP, and I laughed for at least 30 minutes. Like, it
Oh,
wasn't.
God.
It was one of those moments where it
Alive?
wasn't funny. It wasn't. I kept being like, okay, it's not funny, but I couldn't stop laughing. That happens way too often, you know.
So wait, the grocery store was just called AMP then?
Yeah. So like,
Okay,
yeah, it was called AMP.
Because I was thinking if it was called AMP Blast, like we're the most radical grocery store in all of Canada. AMP Blast.
Sponsored by Tony Hawk. The Vans Warped Tour. No, it wasn't anything like that.
Warped Tour was here like 2 weeks ago.
I can't believe it's still on. I thought that was only like a 2000s thing, but it
How
keeps
did
going.
how
I
did
don't
the
know. I got a couple of friends who go there every year.
Oh yeah, like that. Like a lot of like Katy Perry really got her start on the Warped Tour. You know, like a lot of artists. I think Gaga did as well, actually.
Really?
And like, well, Katie's shows from the Warped Tour are like her best stuff because that's when she played
Did
with
Gaga
the real
just
band.
sacrifice a goat or something to become famous?
Probably, honestly, but you never know.
I don't think most music world executives accept goat sacrifice anymore.
That is questionable. But one never. Well, that's how like bands like Sabbath started. You know, they had to sacrifice the goat on the floor, and it was like a whole event. But anyways, I'll talk about my week now. And first of all, I gotta do the annual thing and open the Orangina. There, that was the most exciting bit of the show. You guys can stop listening now. I opened the Orangina. Anyways, I had a pretty normal week. Are you okay, Lego? Someone's stomping on your chest?
No. You just opened a drink and... What's
Yeah.
an Orangina? Wait, what's...
Okay, an Orangina is a sparkling orange beverage. It's orange juice that's carbonated. That's it. It's carbonated water and concentrated orange juice. Those are the only two ingredients.
Wow.
Well, no, there's like grapefruit juice and stuff in here as well, and they're the best ever. And not for sale in the USA. You guys
God
suck.
damn it. God damn
Anyway.
it. Probably not in Europe as well. Damn it.
No,
Okay,
Vacant's talked about them. Anyways, what was I saying? I had a...
How was Manimal?
Yes, I will tell you. You know, there was that thing going on. I don't know if it was like in Cuba or something. There's some crisis, but I don't know. Like it's something with wontongs, whatever.
You're talking about your obsession with Cuba, the one that is going to continue to the end of time. Seriously, man. How do you even get started on your Cuba obsession? God damn.
I'm not obsessed. I just
You're
find
talking
it
about
funny.
everywhere in chat rooms and didn't.
I just like to joke about things. I find it fascinating. Cuba's history is actually really fascinating. Again, if you watch the like 8-part documentary on Netflix, it's like pretty interesting stuff, you know.
The 8-part documentary on Netflix that you have clearly already watched.
Yeah. I watched it a few weeks ago.
Right.
In which I had a gross day where I had Tim's and then like pizza paninis, and I freaking accidentally ordered 2 pizzas from Domino's and wings. That was bad. Oh god, because you know.
Again, it sounds like the best night.
In retrospect, yes, that was when we recorded the episode where I yelled a lot. Which episode is that? Isn't that every episode? Shut up.
Is that ever?
But no, anyways, I got the freaking Azustang. It's a red Squire Mustang. That okay, well technically Azusa plays a cherry red Fender Mustang that has the painted headstock, which this one doesn't. But it's a really nice guitar. See?
You bastard! Give me that guitar! God damn
What?
it!
It's also like Cobain played Mustangs, so you get like a good. It's like a really dirty sound on this guitar.
You're
Which I like.
buying your dream guitars without even consulting.
Lego, You could just buy a guitar Lego.
It's only Lego. This is only a $400 guitar. That's actually cheap. It's an off-brand, like it's Squire, not even Fender.
400. God damn it, man! I have beer to buy.
I go, I was about to say, how much money do you spend on alcohol? How much money did
factor
that whiskey
that.
bottle cost you? That's like an eighth of that guitar.
Factor that, right? I don't spend money on that stuff.
It's like it was only $12.
Still, out of 400, that's not a bad percentage.
Yeah, it's not like I buy guitars all the time, but anyways, it's a nice guitar. It's a smaller one, which makes it easier to play. And I just really like the red color and everything. Obviously, the association is what makes it cool.
I just really like the red color, and also the awesome size and shape is also awesome. But it's okay. It's just pretty normal to me.
That's not what I said.
I buy guitars from my dreams every day. It's just pretty cool. Yeah. I totally relate, man. I totally relate. God damn you, Manimal.
Coming next, the Black SG. But yeah, nothing exciting this week. Nothing at all. I didn't even watch anything, really.
Other than the guitar. God damn
Well, that is exciting, I suppose. But I guess we could talk about stuff we've watched, of which only Coryn has things to say, so what do you got?
I have a mouthful of date right now.
Oh, he's having a bit of a date!
He's having a bit of a date!
Ooh! Which, I gotta mention, this is episode 101, so we're gonna talk about Zoe 101. That's our main topic. It was,
You did mention that in the preliminary chats, but I don't know who Zoe 101
So
is.
Zoe 101 is a show on Nickelodeon about, like, a dorm of, like, I guess they're high school kids. It's like, Britney Spears' sister was in it, and then she got pregnant, and the show got canceled.
Wow.
Yeah, that's actually what happened. I remember I used to get news from YouTube in like 2007, so there'd be like videos people are watching now, and it was like Jamie Lynn Spears pregnant, and I was like, oh, I guess they're not going to do that show anymore. And by the way,
it kind of puts a damper on things when your main star gets prego.
Yeah, and when I was like 9 or 10, yeah, Quinn was one of my childhood crushes. But anyways, we won't talk about that. What do you have to say, Corn?
Hold on. I'm finishing my last date.
He's still finishing that date.
He's finishing
this freaking
his
guy.
last date.
He said the last date, implying he's been on multiple tonight. This freaking guy, I don't believe him.
This guy is a beast. You know,
Dude, have you guys ever eaten a date before? They're delicious.
Yes, I know dates.
Oh wow,
I know.
eating a date before.
Lego talked about cannibalism on the last episode.
I didn't know it was that type of episode, Coryn.
They're from a tree, god damn it.
Oh.
From a family tree. Did you just mention what?
Yes, they're from someone's family tree.
That's the episode we're having. Okay, fine.
This is why I drink. Any rate, yes, I have watched a few things this week. Aho Girl continues to be good.
What? Exactly. Which
Lego.
tags?
What?
We're not talking about that anymore, Lego.
Oh, right. Okay. Anime, you mean?
Yeah, anime.
Do you know what that is?
Do you know what anime is, Lego?
Well, I know there's some plebs who define hentai as another genre of anime, but
I mean, it
is
is
a genre.
technically.
It is a genre. What do you?
In the same way that porn is a genre of movies.
Yeah.
It's just porn, but it's animated, man. It's just porn. Let's go on with that.
okay. So you're watching porn. Okay.
I was not watching porn. I was watching Aho Girl, which is...
You were watching Aho Girl or Aho Girl?
Freaking.
You okay, Leo?
Goodbye, everybody.
Okay,
You're
I'm
being
sorry.
awfully contradictory today, Lego.
Sorry.
But yeah,
Okay.
I watched I guess not the latest, but the one where they all get ready to go to the beach. That was good. Blonde Girl is best girl. Mom is my favorite character.
The mom's great, yeah.
The mom is fantastic. I like how she's just so singularly minded on her own retirement. Like, that's not something we usually get in anime, you know? It's a little different of just this older character who's just trying to hook her daughter up with somebody who will make her money so she can, ride out retirement. Because,
Yeah,
in
good goal.
a lot of Asian cultures, it's a bit different that you grow up and you support your parents. right? And that's not how we do it in the West. We kind of abandon our parents to the wilderness.
Bye. And then they're happy.
And they're not happy because they're old and they can't take care of themselves. And it's a much better idea to take care of your parents. I digress. Aho Girl's good. I haven't talked about it, I don't think, but I got up on... I have to episode 3 on the reflection. I know last time I talked to Simon about it, he was a little iffy, and I agree that was very slow, the first episode. Yep. But the next 2 episodes have really sold me on it.
Yeah. Because
you really have to look at it. You're not watching an anime so much as you're watching an animated comic that Stan Lee wrote at some point.
Okay.
Because, I really like looking at it. All the colors are very much based on those old comic colors when they were, stuck with, just red, green, and blue, basically.
That interests me.
Does it work as well as JoJo?
I mean, it's an entirely different thing from JoJo.
JoJo isn't, traditional comics. What are you talking about?
The color scheme from the latest JoJo...
it is, with the color scheme thing, though.
Was weird as hell.
The latest... most recent JoJo. JoJo as a series uses a lot of lime greens and purples. It's very similar to that. So it does have a lot of purples and greens and darker yellows. It's still very visually interesting to look at. And as they fleshed out the characters more and just got a few more things happening, because the first episode, nobody talked. It was a very silent episode.
Oh, really?
But now that there's actual conversation happening and there's some good dialogue choices being made, I'm much more invested in it. So I think it's going to be a good show.
Okay.
Are there panty shots?
No.
I want to know if Stanley is interested in panty shots or not.
Lego, there aren't panty shots in traditional comics.
There aren't. You have to think of it as a traditional Western comic. So there's a woman who controls metal who has a skin-tight metal bodysuit that's very revealing. But it's not the traditional Japanese fan service, right? It's very much that Western comics kind of fan service.
Will you not judge me if I feel disappointed by that?
I mean, I will judge you a little bit.
There are plenty of places to get that.
Expand your horizons.
Yeah.
Are you watching your Lego?
What's that?
I was only going to watch it if there were going to be panty shots, but now if you're saying
no.
It's a show that respects itself with... okay, is there a Nekomimi?
There's a difference in reflection.
Is there a Nekomimi in an American comic-based show?
Cool.
Okay, teleportation is okay, I guess. I'll watch the first episode.
I mean, watch the first 3, because the first episode will not give you enough information on this. It really won't. You need to watch the first 3, and then you'll know if you want to like it or not.
Okay.
Which I think is a fair idea. But if you, the art style is very visually interesting, I will say.
Yeah, I guess.
And Stan Lee is the villain, I think.
What? That's amazing.
Are you serious?
There is a character who appears to be antagonistic. That is just Stan Lee.
Are you serious?
That is maybe the best Stan Lee cameo besides Deadpool.
Anyway, that's a picture of Metal Lady. But let's see if I can't find a picture of Stan Lee.
Metal Lady, Chad, she looks terrifying.
She is terrifying. She's got crazy metal powers and she keeps murdering people.
But panty shot! I want panty shot! Where's my panty
There you go.
shot?
There are other things in the world. That's the Stan Lee looking one.
Panty shot!
Oh my god, it is Stan Lee.
It's just Stan Lee, but he has Professor X powers.
Wait. This is literally Stan Lee.
Is there a Long John shot of Stan Lee? Do we see his Long Johns?
No, we don't see any Stan Lee Long Johns. So far, he's just kind of wearing a suit.
This is Stan Lee. This
Yeah.
is Stan Lee.
It's a show made by Stan Lee. It takes place mostly in America. There are a few Japanese characters, but it's, again, very much based in Western comics, but with, weird anime twists.
To be honest, I did hear this thing threatened before. There was an Attack on Titan that Marvel wanted to draw or something like that, but I totally ignored it because I thought it wouldn't happen. And then...
This is the other direction. We're taking Western comics and sort of filtering it through anime. But there's a lot of dudes with really interesting powers and just odd things. Because the conceit of the show is that 3 years in the past roughly are present, and the show is roughly present day. that some weird event happened. That there was like green light and black smoke that enveloped the Earth, and that most people that came into contact with it just straight up died. But some people survived and got weird powers.
Yeah.
And now they're sort of most of them are coming to the forefront as like villains, but some of them are coming up as heroes. But it seems like most of them got driven insane.
That
This is a perfect complement to the Black Lagoon anime that you're watching. Not the Black Lagoon, but the don't remember what it's called. The creators, RE creators.
What?
Oh,
Are we-
recreators.
Oh, Recreators. Yeah, I stopped watching Recreators. I didn't mean to stop watching it. It just kind of happened.
Wait, you call it Recreators and you stopped watching Recreators? Wow.
What do you mean I called it? I mean,
It's
Yeah.
called RE.
What kind
Creator.
of doorknob says RE?
This is the same Hunter X Hunter argument that I have.
Well, yeah, that is the thing. Some people just say Hunter Hunter, but I would say Hunter X Hunter because the X
Yes,
is there.
then you're on my team.
yeah, but you're not going to go Creators. It's Recreators, no
Yeah,
matter how you
exactly,
pronounce
right?
it.
Hey guys,
Doesn't
I've
matter
been
if
watching
you're saying
RE
Creators. You're
Creators.
just saying Recreators real fast. It's the same thing. You're just leaving out a little extra space.
Yeah, that is
Okay.
true.
Okay, fine.
I'm just saying, I think Reflection has room to grow, and it's going places. If that's fair.
That's a thing, yeah. What else have
So
you
there's
watched?
going to be a beach episode.
Oh,
No,
Lego,
probably.
do you...
I don't know, man.
Have you...
And there's going to be panty shots in this beach.
Lego, it's not.
Why
just
would there be
live
panty
stream.
shots in a beach episode where they... Oh.
There are. At any rate, the other thing
Shots,
to change the fucking subject. The other thing I've been watching is Cronos Rulers,
Yes.
which, in comparison to Twin Star Exorcist, which I watched the last half year or so, which had all the elements of shonen that I didn't really like that much.
Yeah. Yeah,
Uh,
it did get into the...
Cronos
technical
Rulers
shit.
is all the elements of shonen I really do like.
There you go.
Because it's kind of got that perfect combination of a world that's Earth, but not quite our Earth. And then, like, it's got a lot of, not Black Exorcist, the other Exorcist one. With, Alan.
The Exorcist?
the D. Gray Man.
Oh.
D. Grayman.
It's got a feeling very similar
Such
to
a
D.
good
Gray
anime.
Man. And it's all about, like, time shenanigans and, like, this evil force that eats people's times. And, like, the really neat part of it is, like, one of the main characters is actually, like, 35, but he's, like, he looks 15 because he's aging in reverse because his time got eaten. And he's slowly losing his memories.
That is horrible, but awesome at the same time.
It's really cool. It's very much that old school kind of shonen back in full form. It does have panty shots, and you would like it.
Yes!
That's
yes!
the only reason you would watch
Yes!
the show.
Okay.
I mean, they're not like super explicit, but like it's a lot more traditional fan service.
Those are the best ones. Those are
Not
the best
really.
ones. There's a subtlety between a full-on panty shot and a panty shot that seems accidental, but is actually really planned. There's an art to this sort of thing,
I
I
mean,
could write an article about panty
like,
shots.
that is true because the shows themselves even talk about stuff like that. But at this point, a panty shot is just like seeing the sun rising in the morning. You see it so much that
It's lost a lot of its effect, but it has a very nice art style, and I'm liking a lot of the motifs going on. Like I'll call him the main character. There's two main characters really.
You know what?
But like the main one has like this gambling thing, and like a lot of his eyes is through a gambling addiction almost. Because you get the sense it hasn't been explicitly revealed, but it basically looks like he literally gambled away his life.
That's tragic.
And he's just slowly dying in reverse.
What is this? Oh, it's this show.
It's that show. That's the poster. So like you got the main dude there who's aging in reverse.
Yeah.
And then the guy on top there who's actually looks older than him is actually his son. That's not a big spoiler. You find that out like at the end of the first episode.
Yeah. Okay, this just looked like one of those, whenever I see a show that looks like this, I'm like, oh, that's generic fantasy, that's generic fantasy show number one,
Yeah, and like, again, it's that sort of Earth, not quite Earth kind of feel. Like, it's very similar to Trigun, I would say.
Yes! Yes, I was trying to look at the art style and I was trying to
feel of the
what
world.
it reminds me about.
Because, like, when you start Trigun, you're like, this is kind of like Old West Earth, but it's not really.
West Earth.
And then you kind of eventually learn, like, oh, it's a different planet, but it's still very much that same kind of vibe.
So, the panty shots come from the girl to the left.
No,
I mean,
they come from the main character. He bends down and shows everyone his tidy whities.
So I don't know if there are any explicit panty
Thank
shots,
you,
but there
Manimal,
is plenty
for
of fan
the
service.
image, and I apologize.
Like, I'm gonna link. This is a character I'm about to link to you.
Everybody gets together in the bathtub and they recreate their child photos.
Woohoo! Woohoo! Right click.
Which, by the way, people recreate stuff like that. I don't know about you, but I never got naked and went in the bathtub with anybody.
I mean, I think there's probably a photo of me as a baby naked in a bathtub, but I'm not gonna recreate it anytime soon.
There are pictures. Think about how disgusting that is. They're actually, like, everybody has, like, a baby picture of them in a bathtub naked. Think about how gross.
Well, that's because we don't sexualize children.
Yeah, children are disgusting. You shouldn't take pictures of them anyways. They're gross creatures. They're freaking nasty.
I mean, I think it's fine to take pictures of children as long as it's in a normal sort of, oh, I'm your parent and I love you kind of way.
I know, but, like, well, it's weird when you look at kids because, like, you don't necessarily think, like, that's me. You're like, that's some freaking weird metamorphosis creature thing, you know?
I mean, I don't know. I can see myself in my tiny little baby versions.
My tiny little baby versions.
Like, there used to be, I don't think it's still there, on my parents' wall, there was the like first pictures of my brother and I when we were like very, very first born, like the first day or two.
Yeah.
And we're right next to each other. And my brother is just kind of like staring off into space, I guess, is the way to put it.
As babies.
But literally, I'm right next to him, and my head is a lot bigger than his for some reason. I don't know. But
because you're
I'm like,
smarter.
I'm eyeing the camera, and I'm no shit pulling the Dr. Evil pinky thing.
Oh, like in your mouth, like the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no!
But like that's the only picture that I cannot immediately look at and say, oh, that's myself.
Yeah. I just hate babies because, like, I have, like, baby phobia. I've kind of talked about it before, but, like, I get grossed out. Like, one thing, I have a weird phobia of watching people eat. Like, I really hate, like, 'cause when I eat, I'm very clean. I don't, like, if there's crumbs, like, I don't mess with crumbs and stuff. Sometimes people, when they have multiple items of food, they, like, take one food and they'll just, like, rub it in with the other ones and stuff. Like, I don't do that shit. Like, if I don't put freaking mashed potatoes on stuff and put the peas in there. And I just can't watch people eat. I hate that smacking sound. Like when you put your when you get something on your finger, and then you like freaking just like lick it or like do the mama. I hate smacking sounds. Like I have smack phobia. It just grosses me out so much.
I guess I don't sympathize with the smack thing. Like I don't mix my food generally, but like I'll dip chicken fingers in mashed potatoes or whatever.
Like I'm also weird because like I also have like saliva phobia. So like when I was a kid, I developed a habit where every time I drink water, I automatically just like if there's a water bottle or something, I just like wipe it, you know, like whatever the top.
How dare you! You satanic!
Well, I quickly do it with my thumb. I don't even think about it anymore, you know, because
what?
like
I mean,
it always grossed me out when you take the cap and there's like that stream of spit on the cap. Like that just grosses me out so much. You know?
I mean, people.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a little weird when somebody has a ridiculous amount of spit on something, but like saliva is easily the least disgusting of all human fluids.
That is true, I suppose, but I don't.
I mean, people.
Up there.
I mean, people openly like kiss each other, right? And that's just swapping saliva back and forth.
I guess.
Right.
So,
It's just all sorts of saliva exchange. But think about the competitors. You got snot. You got blood. You got spunk.
Okay.
You got.
Blood is
Earwax,
actually
I
cleaner than
guess.
saliva.
Well, actually, no.
Is it
blood.
though?
Like,
It doesn't matter what's cleaner or not. It's what's the least disgusting.
yeah, I definitely say that spit is less disgusting than blood. But I don't know. It just like spit. Like ever since I was a kid, I've always had weird spit phobia. It's just an odd thing. Like anytime, because you know it's a popular kind of thing in some anime where like, where like spit is like there's like a fetish thing, and that I can't do that shit. It's just so gross.
I don't know any anime
Now
where
I know it.
spit is a fetish. but
Well,
okay.
maybe you haven't been watching enough.
I think I've been watching enough. I think I'm just not watching weird shit.
Dude, no, Corey, this alone you've seen before. Come on.
What,
Well, there's that
spit
one
as a
show,
fetish?
Mysterious Girlfriend X, where one of the plot points is like
Yes,
the guy.
yes,
What is
exactly
it?
that manga. Is
The
there
guy-
an anime to that?
The guy has to like drink her spit or something.
Exactly that one. Exactly that one.
Yeah, that's why I can't watch it because it's so gross.
There's an anime. I'm watching it.
Yeah.
Still, I think
Do you
objectively
know how
the least
awesome that
disgusting.
anime is? Do you know how heartwarming that anime is? Other than
I
the fucking
guess
spit.
the spit. Well, okay, yes, that's true. Well, yeah,
it is
because
so good. I'm
like-
just like, oh, why the
Yeah.
spit though? Damn.
Lego, we're getting off the spit to talk about other bodily fluids now. But yeah, I don't know.
Semen anime where the
Are you talking about the sperm episode of Panty and Stocking? Which is one of the best episodes of all anime.
Are you talking about Sekiri?
that
Wait.
doesn't exist.
Or
Wait, are you
perhaps, what's the one with the robot girl that came out last season?
That what out last season? That what?
You're
The
not
one with
talking
the
about
robot girl?
That what out
Clockwork.
last
You're not talking
season?
about Clockwork Planet.
Clockwork Planet. Because, like, the one robot girl, the first one, who was clearly Mr. Y's sex slave, or whatever the fuck he was called.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Clearly his sex slave. Because the first thing she does is just suck his finger off.
Oh god, that is a
You
thing
have
that happens.
You have
Oh.
She
ruined
just keeps
innocent anime
She
to
just
me.
keeps trying to fuck this dude.
Oh, that's
just
right.
unprompted. Immediately, I can be your sex slave if you
Oh
want.
god, that's
She
I
was
right.
his
thought of
sex
that
slave.
until you said this, Coryn. Are you serious? Why? Why would you mention this?
I'm sorry, man.
He mentioned it because he mentioned it.
It was topical.
Yeah, it's very topical. But I don't know, spit's gross. It's just one of those things. Like I guess everyone has like, do you guys have like those weird phobias? Like I said, baby phobia and watching people eat phobia. Do you have anything weird like that?
I mean, I guess I don't have phobias in the actual sense of the word.
Yeah. Well, I mean, technically, like I have all insect phobia. Like every single insect except maybe like dragonflies and ladybugs and houseflies. Houseflies. Who
Only
cares?
real life ones, or do animated ones freak you out as well?
No, I don't care about animated ones, but like if there's like a spider, like I go cold face and I grab the nearest shoe. I can't touch insects. Like I don't know why that grosses me out so much.
I mean, I'm just gotten used to crushing them over the years. But like, I guess the closest thing to that is like there's parts of my body that I'm like really sensitive about, and like if somebody like starts touching my getting around my, people talk about like eyes getting punctured or something that like makes
Oh god,
me cringe
eyes.
real bad.
Yes. Oh god, eyes.
Like
oh,
it's like
oh.
eyes.
Yes. Oh god.
My Achilles tendon.
Oh really? Oh,
Yeah.
behind the
Like,
knees. Behind the knees is one.
Not even
that,
behind the
oh.
knee. Okay, I guess maybe it's the part behind like the heel.
Yeah, I know,
Like
but
the part of your foot that would be your wrist if it was on your hand. The very back part, that's your Achilles tendon right there.
Oh, like when you like touch the. Oh god, yeah, I know what you
Like
mean.
if you just imagine somebody getting out of bed one day and then a knife just like reaches out from below your bed and slashes them.
Stop! I've never thought about that. Now you're gonna instill this thought into my
I
head.
had never thought about that until high school when a girl I knew told me about her fear. That was exactly that.
No, now you've instilled this into my head. Stop! Erase this memory. I don't. Oh god, I've
And
thought about
that's the
similar
reason.
things. Yeah, but I know eyes. Like I could never wear contacts because I can't touch my eyes. It's
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way because I wouldn't be able to. I wear glasses. Well, I mean, not normally, but if I need to see, I'll wear glasses, and I just can't do the idea of contacts.
Yeah, contacts seem gross to me anyways. Like everybody talks about like, oh, I slept with my contacts and stuff like that. Like I just ew. No, yeah, contacts are gross. Like sleeping with them and just contacts seem excessive to me as well. Like it's something you have to keep doing. Like glasses, I don't even think about glasses. Like I wear them and I'm not necessarily conscious about the fact that I have this weird thing where if you look down and then you gotta like you know, like how you can't see out of your peripherals and stuff like that. Like, it's not even a thing. I can't imagine what it's like for normal
I'm usually
people.
fine with them. Like, I'll wear them to watch TV and play video games. I had the problem the other day. I was watching Netflix because I bought the Game Boy Advance game that's Final Fantasy 1 and 2, like, together, but they're also done, like, the Pokemon Fire Red, Leaf Green version for the updated graphically.
Okay.
I got that. I was playing on the couch, but I was at a weird angle where I still had my glasses on, but if I looked at the television, it was looking underneath the glasses, so it wasn't doing me any good.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. Well, I know all about stuff. Well, especially, like, when they get fogged. That was the thing I hated so much. Anytime I walked to Tim's, in 2013, when Setai Yakuandamo, the second season, was airing, I walked to Tim's every Saturday, and I got freaking double, watched an episode of that show. It was a thing, and you know, like when you walk in and your glasses are all fogged, like, oh, I hate that.
What is a double?
Double? That's not a term in America?
I don't drink coffee.
Oh, that's right, you don't. Okay, yeah, double is double cream, double sugar.
Oh, Jesus.
That's like the normal. I've seen people get freaking 4x4s, and that just makes me laugh, because you're like, oh, I like a medium 4x4. It's like, holy shit, is there any coffee at that point?
That's ridiculous. Like I do drink. I get like the K-cups, but I get decaf because I can't have caffeine.
Yeah.
I pop in the machine at work. I hit the 10-ounce setting. I got a big mug, so I mix the rest of it with whole milk and a spoon of sugar. That's pretty straightforward on coffee, I think.
Yeah, I guess so. But you know, sometimes I wish that I could just drink lots of coffee, but like it have no effect on me, because I like making coffee. I like drinking coffee, but
see, that's why I started drinking decaf coffee at my office because it's freezing all the time.
Oh yeah.
Damn.
And at this point, I've just learned to appreciate the taste,
summer.
honestly. Yeah, it is summer. That's why it's cold.
Oh, the air conditioning, I guess.
Like the diffuser above my head is like, I'm gonna say really open. I need to get up there and tamper it down, but it's really open, and I'm just always freezing. It's only mine too. I've walked around the office to see if the others are like it. Mine is just putting out way too much air.
Maybe you need to design a new one.
As an engineer, you see?
I mean, it's not actually my job to design those things. I just need to get up there, because there's a little screw, and you'll probably notice these if you ever look, at the center of it, because it's sort of got like the flap, so it's sort of got concentric rings, sort of, right?
Okay.
You know, that kind of looking thing on a diffuser? But
yeah.
At the very, very center, you might notice a little, like, button kind of looking thing. And that's usually a little cap that you can pop off, and there'll be a screw, and then you can adjust it.
Okay. Just gonna get up in there, do some handiwork.
And why can't you do that to yours?
Because I just haven't gotten around to it.
Well, I guess you're just gonna have to deal with the freezing cold until then, right?
Yeah.
No, he's going to do it like a shonen protagonist. You know what you should do first? You should say, "Objection! I object to this cold." Raise your finger in the air.
The problem is the president of my company is in charge of it. So I can't just say, "Hey, we're changing things around here."
I'm the boss now. You couldn't run this business without me.
I mean, he's going to retire soon, so it's not that big of a deal.
Oh.
But at this point, like, we're not that far off from fall starting up.
Yeah.
When does fall start?
Okay.
Officially, I don't know.
September.
Unofficially,
sometime?
September.
I mean, fall pretty
Because,
much
like,
starts
as far as I'm
September
concerned,
1st.
So are you telling me the women stop dressing awesomely very soon?
I think so. Labor Day, I believe, is officially when everybody changes their fashions.
Yeah.
But, like...
That's weather, man.
But, like, as far as I'm concerned...
Those are the clothing, those are the miniskirts.
As far as I'm concerned, summer is 3 months. It's June, July, and August. And as soon as it hits September, it's fall. And that lasts until December, at which point it becomes winter until March, I guess.
Or if you
It's hard to say in Kansas sometimes, because March is either spring or winter.
Summer's over.
I actually did more than I did last year.
We got half a month of summer left.
I'm pretty happy with what I've done this summer so far, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's been a pretty decent summer, I'll be entirely honest.
Come come on, have some solidarity. Tell me your summers were awesomely boring. Like,
No.
I mean, go outside, Lego. There's a door. You
Yeah.
can just walk through it.
but
you
there's
can-
anime to watch, and there's
can
comic
go-
to read.
You were telling us right before this. You've been telling us right before this how you haven't been watching anime.
But I will get around to it eventually.
Well,
Obviously, you won't.
yeah, if you're not even gonna go outside.
Okay. You guys have had
Lego,
great
Lego,
summers,
Lego,
but
Lego,
you haven't
listen
gone
to me.
outside. At least, please tell me.
You go
Yeah,
outside.
I have more than I have
Nice.
last year.
Are you serious? Oh, what? Why?
Lego,
Why?
all along here, Leo, you go outside when it's nice, okay? And when it's not nice, you stay inside and you watch anime.
Holy shit! I did not know. Are you serious?
Yes, that is the secret to being a socially active person.
Did you
But-
know that? This is new shocking information. This is the 101 on how to go outside. Step
Come
one.
on, okay, cut me some slack. I come from a country where it's sunny all the damn time. Are you telling me that you can literally miss the opportunity to see Nekomimis on the street? Okay,
I mean, I guess you can see that any time of the year. You just won't see him in short clothes.
Lego, it's time to stop drinking. It's time to put the alcohol away. Maybe it's time to retire.
no, that will not happen.
It's time to put the bottle down, Lego.
There's anything left in it.
This is like we've all gathered here to tell you. It's the first step is to admit you have a problem.
Yes.
What brand are you drinking, Lego? I'm curious.
I am drinking. Wait, what was I drinking? I think it vanished. I'm drinking Seven Oaks American Blended
I
Whiskey.
think it vanished.
Products from
Seven
Canada
Oaks
and
Whiskey.
USA.
Product of Canada and USA. What does that mean?
It is a collaboration between the two most amazing states on the planet.
The two most amazing states. I didn't know Canada was a state.
I didn't know America was a state. I mean, I think it is, technically. Also, okay, the label says bourbon whiskey, which is immediately bullshit.
Blended whiskey.
What do you mean blended whiskey?
I mean
bourbon
blended whiskey. I'm not the one who made it up. It's
Oh,
called
do you
blended
guys-
Not a
whiskey.
thing.
Do you guys remember Will It Blend? Do you remember that channel?
Yes.
That was a good channel. Again, 2007 era YouTube. There's like, what was it? David Blaine, street magician. That was a classic.
I remember watching that in high school. That was nice.
Yeah, that was a fun one. I remember I used to get in wars with one of my friends, and like I make like, yeah, Zac Efron sucks with like the blue background and white font on Movie Maker. It was the whole thing. And I do top 10 lists that were the worst things of all time. 2007
Sounds pretty
YouTube was
amazing,
something.
actually.
Yeah. And I
Why
watched...
does this whiskey not have its own website? That's really sketchy.
Why can't it just go make that frickin' WordPress? Like, I swear to God.
Lego, you have got to be drinking the worst stuff.
Well, Jim Bourbon wasn't there. No, not Jim Bourbon. What is it called? Jim Bean. Jim Bean. Not Jim Bean.
Was it on the same shelf?
Jim Bean was not there.
Is
Why
Jim...
is
The only reviews I can find of this American whiskey are in German.
Are you serious?
Nobody has. It doesn't have its own website. It's all other websites.
Wait a minute! I think this was actually literally made in
Does it say-
Hamburg, Germany. Wait.
God damn it!
Wait.
Lego, it's time
You don't
to
have
stop.
Seven Oaks. You don't have Seven Oaks.
I've
American-
never heard of it in my life.
You don't have Seven Oaks, but it sounds so American.
Every website is in German.
It sounds so American, though.
Are you on Google English?
It says the distillery is in the USA.
You can
but
only
it's
go to
only
the
bringing
Google.
up reviews in German.
You can only go to the Google of your region. If you type in google.com, it goes to google.ca or whatever.
Lego, does it say where it was made?
Well,
Should tell you where it was distilled.
Masterpiece, American blended whiskey, a masterpiece of distiller's art.
Market-
Import YLLDAL International GmbH. That is a German word for LTD. So
This
yes,
current website I'm looking at right now says its market is Germany. You're drinking German whiskey.
But
are you serious?
But it's a product of Canada and America simultaneously.
These guys are bullshit.
Even the website link that says Seven Oaks Canadian is also all in German. I think it's a German whiskey that's just selling itself as being from Canada/America. It's also, some of these labels say whiskey bourbon, which don't make any sense, because whiskey and bourbon are the same spirit. The only difference is one's made in Kentucky and the others aren't.
Is this even allowed? That's sort of illegal, isn't it?
What, calling it bourbon?
No, calling it American.
I don't think so.
I guess
Well,
we're gonna have to go
I mean, it's
after.
probably just, like, officially, like, I don't know, held in America or some shit like that.
Well, it is delicious as fuck, so I don't care, so...
Oh, it just seems so sketchy.
Today when I went to Subway, there was a guy behind the counter, and there was like, you know, like this kind of like a geek talk. He's a charismatic guy, but he's like trying to read the soup of the day, and he got it wrong, and he's like, "I have failed you!" And nobody responded, and he went, "I have failed!" again. just a random side note. Also, I went to Chapters today, and I swear, they play the same couple of like CDs in there. And there was one, it was this cheesy ass kids song basically about like Canada, about like the loony and toony, and it was like just like, it's like, oh, they mean more than something in your change, and I temporarily wanted to stop being Canadian because there's some cheesy, like, you know, you think country gets bad, and it does get bad, but there's a certain, any kind of singing about stuff like that, right? When you're like, oh, I go to Manitoba, like, it just, oh my god, it makes me barf. It's just one of those things.
Lego, another quick question. Did you say that was blended whiskey? Is that what it says?
Are you seriously still?
I'm just gotta ask, does it say blended whiskey on the bottle?
Just has to know.
Can you please fuck off? Okay, fine.
No,
It says Seven Oaks American blended whiskey, product of Canada and USA.
You are drinking the hot dog of whiskeys.
Yum.
That's what blended whiskey is. It's just kind of whatever kind of grain mixed together.
Oh,
Are you serious?
Yeah. It's not even like one thing.
That reminds
it's just
me.
whatever.
One of my friends told me, like, I always wondered
Oh,
why.
that is why it was cheap.
Yeah. I'm not sure you have good taste in whiskey.
But it says American blended whiskey, a masterpiece of distiller's art.
I don't think it matters. A lot of things say it's all natural, but that doesn't mean shit.
Hey, Lego. Buffalo.
Not happening.
Cheating
not
at your
true.
own game.
I'm just saying, dude, just buy Jim Beam next time.
Jim Bean is the fourth host on the National Dad podcast, but he couldn't make this episode. It's unfortunate. But what are you gonna do? What was I even gonna frickin' say? Okay, so I learned, one of my friends works at like a meat place.
God damn it, this
and-
whiskey is legitimate!
Forget about it!
Whiskey! God damn it, man!
Why are we still talking about this shit?
I bought this whiskey with pride!
I
don't-
swear to
you
God,
know-
I don't care!
You know what, guys? You know what? Fuck this whiskey! Fuck being drunk on cheap whiskey!
Lego, it's fine. It's fine. Just
quit.
Google it next time.
I quit. I'm
Live
too
and
embarrassed to be on an episode where I drank cheap whiskey and got drunk on whiskey. I'm so... You said Buffalo? Wait. Manimal, son. Sorry, I'm disrespecting by shouting, but Manimal. What did you say? I want you to repeat it.
I said Buffalo.
You said Buffalo.
No, you're gonna kill him. Don't do it, Lego. There's a lot of whiskey left in there.
There's a lot of
Just
what?
because it's not.
Say
Just as
the-
no-
Did you WH word? Wait, whiskey? I only see blended whiskey here.
Look,
Blended.
it's still
And
whiskey.
not-
Look, a hot dog is still made of meat. I'm just saying you don't know what's in there.
Yeah. I heard Buffalo.
Don't drink all that,
No,
you
he's
crazy
doing
motherfucker.
it.
Don't. You're gonna die.
Lego, don't. No. No, he did it. He
Oh,
actually
boy.
did it. He actually did it. He literally just did that. And now, Lego, you're not gonna be so happy about that later.
Well, it's not whiskey.
It is whiskey.
It's
I'm not
blended.
saying it's not whiskey. I'm just saying I question whether it's 100% American made.
We're freaking talking about whiskey. By the way, anyone, Lego freaking had, I don't know how much shit was in there. There's a good amount.
It was probably a 750 milliliter bottle. He
And-
probably had a good, not a quarter, but maybe a fifth of it left.
He freaking went bottoms up and all in
Well,
one go.
it's not original, so it won't do jack shit to me. All I know is that I'm saying sayonara to you awesome people.
Mm.
Well, it's going to be a long night.
Well, as Lego descends into alcohol-induced sickness, perhaps it is time we put the kibosh on this.
So, Coryn, have you seen any other animated programs recently?
I have not. I think I'm very much in the clear on that.
That is interesting. There are some news stories that have occurred in recent times, which we will be talking about now. Full Metal Panic Season 4 has a PV. Now we know it's going to happen. It's been pushed back to spring, which, I'm okay with that, I guess.
I'll say, from the PV, it looks like we're going to have hand-drawn mechs.
This is what
So,
my greatest
more
fear.
time,
My greatest
better.
fear with the show was that the mechs were going to be CG, but it looks just like the second raid. This clip, Which, I mean, Full Metal Panic, like, it already went through Gonzo and Kyoto Animation, and it looked the same pretty much in both seasons. So
it really does look like the original series. It doesn't
Yeah.
look like it's changed.
that's good. Like
Like,
some
well,
series,
well-
like Snafu changed art styles when it changed studios, but like it got better. With Full Metal Panic, like I just like because it has like a classic look. Like some of the character designs, like Konami's friend, I don't remember her name. Like that's like a freaking classic 2002 anime design with like the braided
Yeah,
pigtails and everything.
They're all very classic designs. Though it does look pretty smooth from the few moments of like full animation we actually got to see.
Yeah, it looks really good actually. Like I'm just happy like now we freaking because before I was like, okay, they're joking, like it's not actually gonna happen, but now we know that it's actually gonna happen. So it's
Something's
like-
in the pipeline, and I'm excited. I miss
yeah.
my big mech shows.
Like I said, this is like the number one. Like there could not be a more exciting sequel for me because this is it. Like I said, it's the second show I watched and still my second favorite. Of course, sentiment plays into that a lot, but it's still just a really good show, because it's the classic fish out of water situation, but with mechs, and that's cool.
Yeah.
We don't get a lot of cool high school giant robot action shows anymore,
Yeah, and I would like some resolution to all the weird shit that got brought up that never had everything. Like
Full Metal
why is-
Panic, the second
why-
raid.
I'm
There
just saying,
are
like, why is
lesbian
like remember
sisters.
that bit where the captain of the ship's little white-haired girl and the blue-haired girl are like they're magic, I guess.
Yeah, the Whispered. They have like they know stuff about ship parts or something weird like that.
Like, I don't entirely recall what all their shit was about.
No, like Konami and Tessa, like the bad guys want them because they have this weird. I don't freaking really understand.
Exactly, it was never well explained. It just kind of got.
They're the
dropped.
Whispered ones. The bad guys want them, so the good guys have to help them.
Happened. And it was just like, this one's the jokey one. It's all funny, and there's no real plot.
It was good. It was a good season because there's a lot of good humor in the show, and it balanced the humor and action really well. Obviously, the second season got into like super drama, but it was all really good stuff. I thought,
I did enjoy the second season. I like a little more drama out of my mech shows, but that's
yeah.
me coming off my history of watching lots of Gundams, where everything's very deep and existential.
Are they? Like, I've never seen Gundam. In my mind, Gundam is like that thing where like you build the model kits, and the show is like burning finger.
I mean,
whatever.
G Gundam is an exception, but for the most part, most Gundam series spend a lot of time digging into like the horrors of war.
Oh, okay. When I
Like
was...
it really is a philosophical show.
Oh yeah. When I was 11, I rented a Gundam DVD from the library. I thought it was the most boring thing I've seen in my life, but that's also because I was 11, obsessed with Transformers and just wanted super robot action. I didn't get that.
Yeah, I mean, like, my first Gundam was Gundam Wing, and there's a character in there called Treize Crucianata, who, just to help along, is very, very cool. Very cool and very suave. But, like, he had this very, I'm going to say, I guess not unique, but pointed, like, idea about war and human conflict.
Yeah.
Which translates very well into, like, oh, he could be an actual person with, like, an actual set of standards and morals
Okay.
and ideals. Because he is, like, he has a very strong set of morals, and he does have ideals, and he believes he's right. He's a very good antagonist, because he's not really a villain so much. Because that's what Gundam does well, is you may have antagonists, but they're not necessarily villains.
Well, you mean
They'll
he's
be
not some big fat guy who's bald, smoking on a cigar? I will get you.
Yeah, I mean, they have those characters in Gundams,
Oh.
but, like, their main antagonist is almost always very... They have their own ideals, and they differ from the hero's ideals.
Okay.
And they're not necessarily wrong all the time.
So that's interesting, actually. What is, like, the one Gundam to go to if you haven't seen anything?
Oh, God, that's hard to answer.
Isn't it Mobile Suit? There's one from, like, 2000 something.
I'm going to say if you've never seen any Gundam whatsoever, and you kind of want to understand what Gundam's about, watch 08th MS Team.
08 MS Teen?
08th, like, it's the 8th company.
Oh, okay.
It's the 08th, the 8th Mobile Suit Team.
Oh, is 00 one of them?
Yeah, there's 00, which that's different.
Yeah, that's the one I think...
It's also very good, but I wouldn't start
yes.
with it.
00 is the one that I've thought about watching before, but haven't.
It's pretty good. But 08th MS Team is in the Universal Century, because there's multiple timelines in Gundam.
Yeah.
It's just sort of different universes. And Universal Century is what the original Gundam was in. But 08th MS Team concentrates on one, like, specific squad of just mobile suit pilots operating in what's like Vietnam, essentially.
Oh.
It's like if the Gundam's Vietnam version, basically. It's very good. It's very much horrors of war.
That is very interesting, actually.
This is what, this is war. We're showing you just some dudes trying to live through it.
Okay, so, because, like, yeah, in my mind, like, when I first got into stuff, obviously I got into anime because of Transformers, and it was, like, the natural link of things. I was like, where are the super robots that talk and smash each other? That's all I wanted. But I guess with an element like that, it's more interesting, because, like, usually mech shows it would be associated with, like, kid stuff, or, like, with the superpowers, like a freaking Galgagar, the dividing driver, where he splits the Earth in half, and somehow it's fixed by the end of the episode.
Like, Gundam was one of the first, if maybe the first, in Japan, I don't know which the Japanese would be for it, but it translates to real robot, right?
Oh,
Because before that, you had the magic robot genre, which is like Astro Boy or Gigantor, where it's a big robot, and it's a robot, but it basically runs on magic. But then you get the Gundam, and it's like, oh, there's gears and joints, and there's a pilot in there, pulling levers and shit. Like, it makes sense. Like, this is a piece of machinery.
Yeah.
And with it, it's very much, let's introduce the human element. Let's talk about how this is kind of a terrible thing on all sides, and, it's down to earth in a way for being a series with giant robots.
What's interesting, actually. It's definitely been one of those series I've been interested in, but I haven't watched the good mech show in a while. Naturally, like, obviously Gurren Lagann, like, #1, but there's, like, you don't even really think about the mechs so much with that show, as cool as they are, because it's such a strong personality kind of show,
It's sort of how Gundam is, too. It's like, there's the mechs, but generally they're not the things that are facilitating the plot.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I guess that's the same with like Evangelion. Even though like the mechs are like a really big part of the series, like it's about the characters and how completely destroyed all of them are. You know?
That's tends to be what Gundam's about.
Oh, okay.
It's like in Universal Century, the biggest conflict is basically everyone is on Earth, and then some people went out to colonize. And this sort of like next evolution of humanity sort of cropping up called new types is what they call them. Which the idea is they sort of have a psychic link and they're very adapted to living in space.
Oh,
but,
that's
like,
cool.
The Federation, which are for all intents and purposes the good guys, air quotes.
The Trade Federation?
I think they're like the Earth Federated Sphere or something like that. I'm not exactly sure.
The Republic?
They generally refer to as the Federation.
Yeah.
But they're ostensibly the good guys, but they're also very much like, fuck the new types. We're going to murder them because they're different and we don't like them. Oh. And Zeon, who are the antagonists, quote unquote, are very much, hey, we're in the colonies, but we want to be independent because the Earth is kind of hates us, and they kind of hate what we're becoming, even though we're kind of the next step in human evolution. And we just want to embrace that about ourselves and be ourselves. But Earth is like, fuck you, you're different.
Ah, like Cuba.
No, nothing like Cuba.
I had to do it.
Communism failed.
Obviously. But no, that's interesting though, the parallels that it can draw with that. I never thought Gundam was any kind of deep thing. I was like, they're freaking robots. The people make like the model kits of them.
Gundam definitely explores some deeper and darker themes than 90% of the anime out there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are you meaning
it really does get into it. And again, it's a lot about the horrors of war and all that. And like theories about human conflict.
Are you going to tell me that it's deeper than Big Order?
Yes. Oh. Definitely deeper than Big Order.
That is a surprise to me, okay? But, yeah.
I mean, I guess it depends how deep you believe Big Order to be.
I believe Big Order, like, we'll never understand. Like, the jazz soundtrack when people are getting murdered, like, that is, like, a revolutionary. We're going to be looking back at the show in 10 years and being like, freaking ahead of its time. People just didn't understand, you know?
I guess.
Though
I gotta say, that's the other thing about Cronos Rulers, jazz soundtrack.
You know, jazz soundtracks are great. I love jazz, but when you have this freaking silly-ass piano part playing when people are getting murdered in a serious scene, like, it doesn't work.
It doesn't always work. Yeah, no, Cronos Rulers, I gotta say, has an amazing intro and outro. You gotta check it out sometime.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't listened to a lot of songs from this season. Usually I'm up on that, but there weren't many artists. Well, Dalco has a new song from a show, but it's a ballad, and usually I'm not too into ballads a lot of the time, J ballads, but I got way behind on the season in general.
That does bring up, weirdly, the Reflections outro is a pop idol group dancing.
Like
they're in silhouette, but they are clearly real humans and not animated.
Oh, okay. Is it like a Nargo where they got the idol unit to sing about farting?
I don't think so. There is this weird thing in the Reflection where they keep, every episode or so, they cut, like in the last 30 seconds, to a group of Japanese girls in Japan, because the show primarily takes place in America.
Oh, really?
But every once in a while they cut to a group of Japanese schoolgirls, and I'm not sure what their story is yet. But maybe I think they're supposed to be the idol group that's dancing in the outro.
Now, I gotta look this up and see if this is an idol group I know or if they're made... Oh, it's 9-9. Oh, yeah, I know them. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Oh, interesting. Yeah, aren't they? They're part of Hello Project. Wait, no, they're not. That's cute that I'm thinking about. Yeah, I've heard some songs from them before. Interesting.
So it's fine outro. The Reflections intro confuses me though, because like there's at the beginning they have splash up a bunch of letters, so it goes like A and then Z and then N and then Q or shit like that.
Yeah.
And I think they're supposed to represent the heroes in the show, but there's a bunch of letters, and I don't know who half of them could possibly be.
Yeah, it doesn't have an OP listed on Anime List, so I guess there's no song.
There's a song, I just don't think it's listed on Anime List.
Okay, yeah, 9-9, the song I like from them is Colorful from Star Driver, the movie, whatever that is. It has this like freaking Iron Maiden harmony guitar in it. I love it. It's a good song. Just random interlude. Nothing like Idols and Iron Maiden guitar harmonies, if I do say so myself.
Oh, you know. Now, I was listening Because I go on Spotify and I do like the weekly playlist of here's some shit you'll probably like.
Yes.
And there was a group that played today. I can't remember them, but they were some Japanese group that had some. It was like normal pop, J-pop stuff, and then in the middle they take like a minute-long break just to play like classical piano.
Oh, was it like an idol group, or?
There was like 3 chicks and 2 guys, so not really an idol group. They were all wearing red jumpsuits, if that helps.
Goose House.
It was in Japanese, I think.
I have no idea, actually. There's a lot of random J artists on Spotify. Not a lot of, like, you won't find, like, freaking Utada Hikaru on there. Actually, Ayumi Hamasaki is on there, if I'm not mistaken. There's a lot of random stuff. Like, it's not really up to date or anything.
Yeah, it can be kind of weird, but, I mean, I don't have the shit on there anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, well, I've looked it up. There's a lot of there's more K-pop on there, I find, actually. And it's more up to date. Well, I guess because maybe they have a music industry that's not in the Stone Age, but you know.
I think K-pop's also just more popular in America. K-pop had a big push a couple years ago.
Well, yeah, and again, like how they had the BTS on the Billboard Awards, which was really like, wow, you know, a foreign group actually won something on this award show. Like, I've never seen anything like that happen, you know.
I mean, especially back in like 2012 when Psy came through.
Yes, of course.
I mean, I still love Gangnam Style, don't get me wrong, but like a lot of people went like, okay, so this is kind of interesting. I like this. What's other stuff coming out of this country, you know?
For some people, it would just be a stupid meme, or I guess for others, it could be a gateway to better stuff.
It really was, because a lot of people, it was just a meme.
Yeah.
But like, his next song, single, I should say, Gentleman, was on the charts for a little while. And, you know, other people were like, okay, so I like this. Maybe I'll see what else is around. And Girls' Generation, I know, showed up for a little while.
Yeah,
I don't think it ever played on, like, Top 40 by any means, but there are certainly people talking about it.
There's a group called Supergirls that tried to break through in the U.S. That didn't work. And then also for the J side, it didn't work for Utada Hikaru when she made her 2 English albums. But that's usually how it goes with artists like that, really.
I'd like to live in a world where we do get cross-pollination going on.
Me too, because I downloaded like the radio app on my phone, right, where you can tune into like FM radio stations across the world. And when you go to like Finland or something, I had a hard time finding actual Finnish music, because like there was like Amy Winehouse and Iron Maiden and Faith No More and Adele. But there's no like real music from Finland.
Especially like America and England, specifically.
Yeah, because like
such
people
a vast output of
people
pop
listen
culture.
to that stuff all over the world. You know, like songs will be like #1 in 50 countries or stuff like that.
Yeah,
but like
everyone
North
else in the
America,
world is getting 2 countries worth of music.
Exactly.
And over here we're like, I want to hear your shit. I want to know what other people are making.
Yeah, well, I guess it is interesting, because I guess those people don't care that they don't know what the language is or anything, and they think it just sounds cool, you know?
I mean, that's how I feel about J-pop. I don't know what J-pop, idols are saying. I just think it's funny. Or not funny, I should say. Sometimes it's funny.
I like the way the words sound. I think that, like, Japanese words actually make good songs because they can stretch the words out more, because it's like words and words, you know? Like, if you stretch out a word like ketchup, you'd be like ketchup. That's a dumb example, but you know what I mean, right?
I mean, I guess you can stretch out words in English. I'm not 100%.
Yeah, but it doesn't quite work as well. I guess with the language, like it translates to song really well. I find like a lot of their pop songs have a lot more interesting influences in them. Like I was listening to a Nana Katare song today. What's it called? Hold Heart, and it has like freaking reggae and Green Day elements on the same track. You know?
Interesting.
There's like all this they blend more styles together than our pop music, which is just whatever the current trend is, basically.
I mean, well, though, if you say that, though, like, because right now, I guess I don't know about pop music, but, like, the music I've been hearing more and more of in general almost has it's sort of part punk, part disco, and part 80s synth pop, almost.
What are you listening to?
A lot of stuff that sounds like that. Like, have you listened to Chromeo at all?
No, I don't even know who they are.
I think they might actually. I don't think they're Canadian. They might be from like Detroit or something.
Oh.
But they're like it's a duo. But they make music that is part punk, part disco, part synth pop.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I find like with newer bands, a lot of stuff I've listened to is indie stuff, but I find nowadays indie is pretty boring because it's the same shit with all artists. It's like I hate the thick irony in indie music. It really pisses me off, you know? I really don't like the hipster like they're serious about it, but they're trying to be ironic, like, it's funny. My emotions are in the song. Oh, like do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course you say indie music, but like all music that's not mainstream is technically indie. So
that's
I guess
true.
It's your own fault for not finding
nowadays indie has a sound. Like if you look up indie music and get an indie playlist, it has a sound. Where obviously
it does, but like 10 years from now, it's going to be a completely different playlist.
Yeah, I know. And if you went in the 80s, you'd have groups like Sonic Youth and Dinosaur Jr. and the Smiths, who all sound vastly different from each other. And
Yeah.
well, I guess
like, what is indie will rise up, get a name, and become something onto itself.
That's what happened with Nirvana and grunge.
Yeah, it's like Nirvana and grunge became it got named. Eventually, with this indie music we're hearing now, we'll get a name, and then it will be done with. It's sort of like punk. Like when the Ramones showed up, it was indie. But
wow, that was good conversation that totally just didn't get lost. We didn't.
Nothing happened there.
We didn't just lose a good 20 minutes of music talk. That did not happen at all.
Definitely not happened. No, nothing weird happened.
Nope.
Although completely unrelated to anything, Fall Out Boy's Save Rock and Roll album's really good. You should watch the music videos in sequence.
You should do that. That is a thing that we might have talked about if there was a chunk of this episode that got lost somehow. But I don't know. It's hanging out at the White Crow episodes or something, somewhere in the microwave.
We're not sure where the lost time goes.
It's
probably regrouping to murder us in our sleep. But
it's fighting someone. But
we have just now said goodbye to Lego, who's going to now die of alcohol poisoning, perhaps.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, something like that. I'm just looking real quick. We covered some shows. We talked about Dagashikashi's second season and why that doesn't need to happen. Then there's like a trailer for like Sonic Mania, which I'm just like, it feels like such a grand step back to do stuff like this. We kind of talked about this stuff before though, but you know, obviously nostalgia is such a powerful factor in everything, you know.
It's a potent force.
Which I feel positively and negatively about. Because, well, my own nostalgia I like, obviously. Like I said, like since I've like been listening to Linkin Park a lot, you know, and I'm like, yeah, these are great songs. I had a freaking dream last night where I was watching the Rugrats, but it was like a Rugrats episode that never happened, where like the frickin' Cretans move into Fangelica, and all of a sudden like Faint starts playing at the end. So me and everybody in the room start running around and singing, but in the second verse, like Mike starts going, Oprah, Tina Turner, and it turns into this dramatic ballad with like the same melody.
That's some like Manchurian candidate shit.
Only in Canada.
Oprah, Tina Turner, John Lennon, 555.
He starts going off, and it becomes this dramatic ballad. I've been having a lot of dreams of Linkin Park songs in it recently. It's a weird phenomenon that's been occurring. You know?
Yeah, I can understand that. Maybe it's been so long since I've actually listened to Linkin Park. I probably should, just sort of as a retrospective.
It's a powerful retrospective because, like I said, they actually made great rock songs because they sound so good, and there's like not a lot. A song like Breaking the Habit is sonically incredible, and there's not a lot of songs I've heard that sound like that are so dense and electronic, but also rock. Like it's really
Linkin
amazing.
Park always had this very unique and sound that resonated with you on an emotional level. At least it did with me at age 16. I don't know about y'all.
Well, like I said, it resonated with me on a this sounds cool level, because like I memorized the rap for In the End, but I had no idea what it was about. I was like, hey, yeah, it's about pendulums and clocks. You know, it was a thing like that.
Yeah, I definitely memorized In the End.
Mhm.
And I can't even tell you all the songs I used to know by heart, but
Well,
you know.
Numb was always a favorite of mine, definitely.
I like Numb.
That was on many mixed CDs, because my mixed CDs that would have like songs from like songs for horror movies like Dream Warriors and Man Behind the Mask, then the Fat Albert theme before a block of 8 Linkin Park songs and the Transformers G1 opening.
Yeah, they
So,
had
and-
so many. I'm trying to remember one I had completely memorized. It wasn't Numb. It wasn't Breaking the Habit. I don't know. When it touched me, I understood. No More Sorrow. I understood No More Sorrow.
No More Sorrow. Yes, that's a good one. That's a good one.
God, it's not even. There was another one. I wish. Does Project Playlist still exist?
Hands Held High.
No.
That was one I liked a lot.
There was like 3. It was. In the End, No More Sorrow.
Paper Cut.
I don't know.
That's why you got to go back, listen to the albums, and figure out which
Sure
one
it
it
was
is.
on Meteora though.
Oh, Somewhere I Belong.
Maybe.
Lying from You. Don't Stay.
I don't know.
You gotta listen to
Linkin
the album.
Park's good, guys. A lot of people gave them shit, but they're fine. They're good.
That's, again, when stuff becomes a meme, it's a whole thing, and there's a lot to talk about there that we'll talk about on another episode, because this is the end of episode 101. It's been a freaking weird episode, but, you know, this is like the beginning of the season that starts just kind of normal. Not everyone's here, you know, because there's like a big battle, and now Vacant is like floating in space with Noisy, and we're waiting for him to come back.
We all wait for the return, and it was definitely lying from you. I'm sure it was now.
Oh, there you got it now. But yeah, right now they had a big divorce battle after the show, Vacant and Noisy, and currently Vacant is in the stars, like the end of Halo 4 or something like that. I don't know. No, Halo 3.
I was like, what the fuck happened to Halo 4? Nobody
Well,
knows.
no,
Nobody played it.
Halo 4 had a good campaign.
No, it didn't. It was
Yes,
terrible. It took place entirely in a hallway.
Excuse me, I liked the campaign of Halo 4. I liked that they gave Master Chief a character. They gave him a character.
That's fine, but I'm talking about the actual gameplay aspects of it. The story was fine. The gameplay was terrible.
I like the gameplay myself, but
It was in a corridor.
that
It didn't even
is
feel like Halo.
that is actually true. But well, I guess because you know, like me and you, there's a bit of a difference because the first Halo game I played was Reach in 2011.
That would have a lot to do with it, but like even if you play Reach, there's still like a lot and stuff to play in.
Yeah.
And 4 is just run down the corridor, shoot the dudes. I didn't find a single area in that game that felt like Halo until like one of the very last missions.
I would agree because there are a lot of quick time events in Halo 4, and
Yeah,
obviously,
Bullshit.
again, Halo 1 and 3 had the best campaigns. I think definitely.
Halo 2's campaign was fine. I probably got the most use out of it. Halo.
There is stuff in
Oh,
Halo
well,
2 that I'm not crazy about, such as the Aqua level, where it's kind of underground or something.
I like that one. See, Bungie makes good games. Let's leave it at that.
Yeah, pretty much. Halo 3
Trust in Bungie. 343 doesn't know the fuck they're doing.
the ending of Halo 3 is like my favorite game moment of all time. Like, the Warthog. Oh, jeez. Yes.
Well, iconic, we'll say.
Oh, definitely. But this has been episode 101. Tune in next time. Maybe Vacant will be back from floating in space, and we hope that Lego will be okay. It might even be a music sode. Maybe the piped, pickled, peppered platinum pipus will be on it. Who knows? I don't know. We'll find out next time.
Bye.